Okay, well, welcome back. Welcome back to 5 Minutes at the Frat House, and here we go. We are here in our second webisode. What do you think about that one, Sidekick? We got a contract extension. We're in week 2. We're in week 2. We're in week 2 of this whole thing.
Ferrari on order.
The first thing I want to start out with is I wanted to take a moment to thank all of our friends that have been following us on Facebook this week, that tuned in to our webisode from last week, and the friends of the friends, obviously, because as of this moment right now, last week's webisode is up to 130 views on YouTube. That is just fabulous. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know if we were going to hit 100. I'm thrilled. We are at 130.
So we're going for 200 this week.
Absolutely, 200 plus, I would say. I'm glad you're, frankly, I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at 250. I'd like to get 250, but now look, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to bust on you too badly for the fact that your guys got beaten by the dream team, my dream team there in Philadelphia, if you don't get on me too badly about the fact that I picked the Colts last week. Yeah. We're here to take a look at the top 5 games that we think this week in the NFL and week 2 are in fact going to have the greatest impact. We're going to start out right now with our game. Green Bay will be at Carolina. Green Bay is 1-0. Carolina is 0-1, and they are playing Sunday at 1 o'clock. And let me jump in on this one right now. Sidekick, when you take a look at that game from last week, Aaron Rodgers, really, when it comes right down to it, Aaron Rodgers he was, in my opinion, I think the best quarterback in the entire NFL. He had a 77% completion rate, 27 to 35, 312 yards. The one thing that stuck out to me on that particular game was the fact that there was virtually, and we're going to hear this in all of the games, virtually all of the games that we're going to talk about, there was virtually no running game whatsoever. Now, I know that you and I talked about this game during the course of the week, and you're high on Cam Newton.
High on Cam Newton. Absolutely high. I am on the Cam Newton bandwagon. He's on my fantasy team. I'm getting ready to bench Ben Roethlisberger and put Cam Newton in on my fantasy team. So this is time for Cam to show.
Well, Carolina, I'm going to tell you right now, here was the thing that we saw last week. Cam Newton was quite good considering we're talking about the first game. 422 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception, not bad. 4 sacks, dude. 4 sacks. And here was the thing that stuck out to me too. What concerns me about those Carolina Panthers over there, 3 for 11 on third down conversions. Now, they have 477 total yards. And my question is this: is Cam Newton a one-hit wonder? Are we going to see that kind of performance? I mean, we're going up against Green Bay. Green Bay is a 10-point favorite in this game.
Cam's going to have to step it up this week. I'm thinking Green Bay is going to win this one. It's stiff competition. Stiff competition for any team, any quarterback in the NFL against the Green Bay Packers. Okay? But as long as he puts up numbers like he put up last week, I know last week they lost, and this week they may lose. But if he keeps putting up these numbers, they're going to find a way to win, I think, eventually.
Okay, but
with a rookie quarterback.
Do you think you're going to see the same kind of performance from Newton this week?
It's going to be a little bit, I think a little bit less, yeah, because it is Green Bay.
Okay. 10-point spread, Green Bay covering that or not?
I think Green Bay's covering it.
Green Bay's covering it.
Sorry, Cam.
I'm picking Green Bay in this particular game to win, all right? They are going to win, and I'm going to say that they will cover the spread. I'm not sold yet on Cam Newton. What's got me concerned, 4 sacks against him. I'm not sure whether that offensive line is going to be able to keep up against that Green Bay defense. You want to pick this one? Who are you picking on this one?
I'm taking Green Bay.
Taking Green Bay. All right. So both of us got Green Bay on that game. We're moving on. All right. And next game we're taking a look at. This is interesting. This one, I'm going to tell you right now, I think this could be one of the more interesting of the 5. We got the Chicago Bears at the New Orleans Saints. Chicago 1-0. New Orleans is 0-1. I think the difference in this game right now, I'm looking at this, and here's what I saw. The difference in this game could be Matt Forte. That's my thinking. Matt Forte last week against the Atlanta Falcons, 16 carries, 5 receptions. He had 158 all-purpose yards. If Matt Forte is a factor in this game, then Chicago's got a shot. Mark Ingram, on the other side, was not a factor in the New Orleans game at all, really. He carried for 40 yards total. Now, New Orleans has not played since September 8th. They've had 10 days off. That could come into play. Yes, Drew Brees had a pretty good day 10 days ago, 419 yards. I'm turning it over. I'm a little bit not sure.
Well, Chicago, New Orleans. I think this is going to be a good game. This is going to be my Bomb-Diggity-Bomb game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
This is the game to watch. And that, I think I'm going to go with the upset on this one, I'm thinking.
New Orleans is favored by 6.5.
I'm thinking Chicago can be able to pull this out.
Chicago is going to win this one, is what Sidekick is telling you, and I'm going to tell you this is where we're going to separate. New Orleans is favored by 6.5. I'm going to tell you, if Matt Forte is as big a factor as he was last week, okay, then I don't think New Orleans covers the spread. But I think New Orleans wins the game, and they will cover the spread only if Matt Forte is not quite the factor that he was a week ago. On to Game 3. Game 3, we've got San Diego at the New England Patriots. That is a Sunday game. It is at 4 o'clock. And, New England Patriots, what can we say here? Tom Brady, last week, against Miami, 32 of 48, 517 yards, 4 TDs, 1 interception, 1 sack, 622 total yards of offense. All right? Phil Rivers, not a bad game against Minnesota, but in my opinion, somewhat pedestrian. 2 TDs, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks. Rushing game from the Chargers, strictly mediocre, going nowhere. New England's a 7-point favorite. How do you have it?
Well, I first want to give a shout out to Donovan McNabb for keeping it real with the 39 yards. Thanks, Donovan. And well, the Patriots. How many receptions did the Twitter account get this week? So for
you're the Twitter guy. You tell me.
It's the Patriots. We know the Patriots are going to win.
Absolutely.
So,
Patriots will cover the spread. Patriots, I'm picking them. They're covering the spread at 7. Frankly, their spread last week was a lot higher, and I said I didn't think they were going to cover it. They're going to cover this one without a problem.